Welcome to BalletWise. My name is Michael Wise, its host and its creator. Now, we've had a lot of questions that have been asked of us, so we're going to be creating a 4-part series that's going to be coming out over the next few weeks, where we're going to talk about what it really takes to be that professional dancer. Now, I have experience with this not only as a teacher, but also having worked with companies, having been that dancer myself. And there's a thread that follows all the way through of what it really takes. Today, we're just going to cover part 1, mental. Where are you in your headspace? Every great dancer actually is almost like a cocktail of things. It's not just the desire to want to dance. It's not just the work ethic to be able to put the time and the energy in. It's not that sense of wonderment that always is there, that's almost childlike. The competitiveness that's in them that wants to push them even further forward. It's all of them. Ballet requires a lot of us physically, but most of us never realize what it takes to be at the top of your game. Now let's go over this. First things first, you have to want it. And not just want it, know it will happen. Wanting something is not going to necessarily get you to where you need to go. Knowing you're going to get there will affect the way you work. It'll affect the way you apply yourself. So you have to be determined to that point that you're going to bring it into reality because you've already accepted that will be the reality. I know that sounds crazy and I know that sounds weird, but there are some of us in this world that have that ability, to know I'm going to reach that goal. And we've all heard the phrase, I'm going to get there or I'm going to die trying. As a dancer, that's kind of our lifestyle. Now, competitiveness. When you get into class, being competitive with your friends, with other people that are trying to push their envelopes, that's fun. But that is a quality that allows you to raise your standards every day. Being competitive is not beating up on other dancers, putting down other people, being snarky. That's negative competitiveness. That comes from desperation and fear. If you know you're going to accomplish it, now you have to have the tools that are going to actually get you there. So being competitive in your own way, if it's motivating you to work harder, push further, to be in that uncomfortable space, you have a greater likelihood of being successful. Work ethic. You also have to be the kind of person that knows that when they're in that class, they're not there to goof around and play and be distracting. They're there to work and have fun at the process. Ballet is more than just the steps we do. It's falling in love with the process. You know how when you lift your leg and you just keep pushing and it starts to shake? Well, that's something you kind of look forward to. Now, you could refer to that as being insane, but that requires a type of work ethic that we understand that our bodies are something that we have to command. And we have to fight for it. And we have to push for it. And that starts up here. Because you have to have that desire and that love of the process. And the last thing, which I think is the most important, the wonderment of every time you walk into class and every time you do something There's a sense of childlike wonder in the way you feel, the way you love what you're doing. It's not a job. It's not a chore. We joke around all the time and saying, my God, I'm getting too old for this. But that's a joke because there are going to be hard days. But the first time you do that pirouette and you stop on half toe and you feel the air get sucked out of your lungs, that's what I'm talking about. Ballet is one of those things that if it's in your blood, everything you do brings you joy. And that includes those combinations that we all hate because they're going to be there. I'm a guy, okay? And I hated the adagio. But you know what? I learned to love it. Why? Because it made me a better dancer. And I'm willing to do what it takes if it's going to get me closer to that goal that I know I will get. They all work together. To be in the right headspace, to work, to get to that level where you can dance professionally, it's synergetic. It all works together. That competitiveness, that becomes fun. Learning to love the process. Almost being childlike in all of that works together. But you only get that ability if you know you will reach your goal. And I know this sounds weird and hard. And it is. And not everyone can do it. But you have to find these tools inside of us. Just because I'm telling you what it takes doesn't necessarily mean that I can tell you what you have to do to find it. Because we're all individuals. We all have different lives. We all love dance for other reasons. I love dance because of what it does for me. You probably love dance for what it does for you, but we're not the same two people. No one is a copy. We feel things differently. But we have to be in the right headspace to allow ourselves to then tap in to all the other components that it's going to require. You have to love it. You have to want it. You have to be willing to do it. And you're going to have fun the entire time. That's the headspace. That's the place we want to be. That's the place I'm most of the time. So, my name is Michael Wise. This has been BalletWise. You know what? Keep up with us, because this series is based on all the questions that people have been asking us. We're going to be covering a lot of different subjects. So if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If you want to see more, subscribe. And we always look forward to your comments because it allows us to tailor our message to help reach each and every one of you. So remember, be the best dancer you can be and be the best person you can be. Bye.